So yeah, I found out the cheating had been going on for years. Like, not a few months rough patch situation, years. And the ending was weirdly smooth. Not dramatic, not even that loud. Just kind of, it happened and then it was over. I'm posting because it's like 1:40 a.m. and I keep refreshing my email like something new is going to appear that makes any of this make sense. It won't. I know that. But still. For context, we'd been together a long time. Not married, but like we had the whole couple set up. Shared grocery list, toothbrushes next to each other, that dumb little drawer full of charger cables that don't belong to anything anymore. We'd argue about normal stuff, dishes, whether the fan should be on at night, if it was my turn to buy toilet paper, stuff like that. And for a while I thought we were fine. Not like movie fine, but fine. We'd get takeout, watch whatever show we were half paying attention to, scroll on our phones next to each other. Sometimes we'd do that thing where you show someone a video and they go, ha ha, but they're not really watching. That was us, a lot. It didn't feel scary, it felt normal. The first clue wasn't even a clue. It was just little weirdness that I filed under people are annoying sometimes. Like they'd be protective of their phone, but in a lazy way. Not hiding it under a pillow or anything, just always turning the screen down when I walked by, or taking it to the bathroom for a quick minute that somehow lasted forever. And I remember noticing it, but I also remember thinking, don't be that person, don't be paranoid. So I wasn't. Then there were these gaps, like they'd say they were with a friend, and later the story would be slightly different. Not big lies, more like the timeline didn't quite fit. But again, I didn't push. People forget details. I forget details. Sometimes I genuinely can't remember if I went to Target on Tuesday or Wednesday. Anyway, the actual moment I found out was stupid and boring. We were on the couch. I had a bowl of cereal for dinner because I didn't feel like cooking, and the milk was about to expire. They were taking a shower. Their phone was on the coffee table, buzzing. Just buzzing over and over. And I wasn't even trying to snoop. It was annoying. It kept rattling the table a little. I picked it up to silence it. That's it. That's all I meant to do. And the screen lit up with a message preview. Something like, I miss you. When can I see you again? And the name was saved as something normal, like Mark Work or whatever, not Babe or something obvious. That part was honestly worse because it meant it was planned. My stomach did that drop thing, but I just sat there. I remember I had cereal in my mouth and I didn't want to swallow it yet because it suddenly felt gross. So I just sat there chewing like an idiot with the phone in my hand. Then another message came in, and another, and it wasn't even explicit. It was just familiar, like the kind of casual closeness you don't have with just anybody. Inside jokes, little lol stop stuff, a stupid heart emoji, just enough. I know some people would say, don't go through the phone, but at that point it's like, come on, the door's already open. I tapped. I scrolled. My hands were kind of shaky, but not in a dramatic way, more like when you drink too much coffee and then you try to type. And it just kept going. Back months, then a year, then longer. I'm not even sure how long, because at some point it stops being individual messages and just becomes this long, gross timeline. They weren't even that careful, which is maybe the wild part. There were photos. Not like porn-level stuff, just selfies and random wish-you-were-here things. There were mentions of hotels. There were screenshots of flights. There was this one message where the other person said something about happy anniversary, and I literally laughed out loud because I thought it had to be a joke. It wasn't. I sat there for a long time, like the shower turned off and I was still sitting there. The cereal got soggy. I could hear them opening drawers in the bedroom, the normal sounds, towels, deodorant, their little routine. When they walked out, they saw me holding the phone and they just stopped. No yelling, no, "What are you doing?" Just this long pause where you both know exactly what's happening. I said something really dumb like, "How long?" And my voice sounded normal, which freaked me out. I expected myself to sound like I was about to cry or scream or something, but I didn't. I sounded like I was asking how long the wait was at the DMV. They sat down on the arm of the couch like their legs didn't work. They looked tired. Not guilty exactly, just tired. And they said, "A while." Which is such a stupid answer. Like, thanks. I asked again, "How long is a while?" And they went, "Years." Plural. Just like that. Like saying years was easier than saying 2 years, or 3 years, or whatever number would make it real. I didn't even ask who it was at first. I just kept scrolling, like if I scrolled far enough, I'd find the part where it stops, where they say, "This was a mistake," where it ends. It didn't. They started talking, but it was all kind of mush. Stuff about drifting, stuff about not meaning for it to happen, stuff about how they still cared about me. I don't really remember the exact words because I was staring at this little crack in the phone screen that I'd never noticed before. At some point, I stood up and went to the kitchen. I rinsed my bowl. Like I couldn't leave it in the sink. That felt wrong. I rinsed it and put it in the dishwasher, and then I leaned on the counter for a bit and just stared at the fridge magnets. They followed me and kept talking softly, like they were afraid the neighbours would hear through the walls. We don't even share a wall with anyone. It was just their instinct, I guess. And I said, "So what now?" And they said, "I don't feel." And then